Hey, what's up, peeps? Welcome to the Smoke Asylum. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If you're new, thanks for coming. Today, we're trying something new. Today, we're going to go a little north of the border, even though I don't like to. But food-wise, I'm okay. Today, we're going to be making some Canadian bacon. I've had about a 4 pound-ish pork loin, I believe it is, uh, curing in a tub of seasonings, curing salt, whole bunch of delicious flavors for the last 13 days, I believe. The curing process for Canadian bacon is a wet cure. You put it in a bowl with some water, salt, brown sugar. I think it was onion powder, some garlic. I can't remember what else off the top of my head. But then you seal it up. You put it in your fridge. You can also inject it. I did that as well. And you put it in your fridge for 12 to 14 days. So right now, I have that piece of meat sitting in a nice, clean, fresh bath of water, getting a full rinse. And out here in the back, see the sign glowing? So you know the smoke's flowing. Got the fire pit going, getting her up to a nice warm up temperature. And pretty soon, we're going to take that girl, throw her on the top rack, and let her go until she's nice and smoky. Make sure you stick around for some Canadian bacon. All right, here we go. So we got the smoker fired up, sitting at just about 300 right now. Give it a minute to regulate, come back down a few degrees. I don't like to smoke anything above 275. I just feel like it goes too fast. Doesn't get to where it needs to be. Smoke wise, it doesn't. It just cooks too fast. Things don't have time to break down. So what we're working with today, let me give you a look here, is our cured pork tenderloin. Not tenderloin, I'm sorry, pork loin, center cut. This is kind of what they just make pork chops out of, except they buy it whole, and you can see it's got some liquid in it. And what you do is throw it on the smoker and just play the waiting game. So let's get to it. All right, there we go. We'll be back. It's probably going to take 2 to 3 hours. Cook it to an internal temperature, I believe 155, 160. I have to check again. But I know when I make my bacon, I cook that to an internal temperature of 160. It's a little higher than it needs to be, but I like that extra smoke flavor. And when I'm cooking, I got nothing but time. So we'll see you in a few hours. We out. All right, welcome back. We've been about 30 minutes. The internal temperature's coming up pretty nice. I guess the big difference between a pork loin and a pork belly is the density. I'm noticing that this loin is like significantly uh, more tender just to begin with, and it's I'm guessing gonna just cook much faster. So the internal temperature is 85 degrees, and it's only been about 30 minutes. Target temperature is 140, which 140 is what you want to smoke it to if you're going to slice it and eat it like bacon, which means, after this, we're going to let it rest, throw some slices on the Blackstone, maybe make some BLTs for dinner, and go on our way. And, I started thinking, how do people like their bacon? Do you like it like crispy, crunchy, on the verge of being burned, or are you more of like the floppy sloppy kind? Because in my house I got like both. I got one that wants it a little bit crispy but floppy on the edges, and then I got one that doesn't want it any crisp at all. And I don't care. I just want bacon. So let me know in the comments below how you like your bacon, and we'll see you in a few. And just like that, as soon as I press pause, the timer goes off, telling me that it's time to bring this off. So let's get her off, get her resting, maybe get some slices out of her later. Let's go. That looks delish. All right, let's get you a look at this girl. She's gonna be hot, so I'm gonna just nice and brown. Smells amazing. Not too dry on top. She stayed nice and juicy. So we're gonna let her sit for probably 30, 40 minutes, and then we're gonna slice into her. Maybe. I mean, let's not lie. We're going to. So we'll catch you on the slice side. Start recording. All right, peeps, we're sitting at about 1 minute till it's time to pull this girl off the smoker. Got my clickers. You got to click them. I got a nice clean pan, glass dish, put her in. I'm going to take her inside. I'm going to let her rest. I don't know if we're going to get the cutting her open tonight. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to taste it. I don't know about anybody else. But this cook was actually pretty easy. My smoker was probably averaging about 250-ish for most of the cook. I had a few spikes, I had a few dips, but I mean, that's expected. I don't have a pellet grill. I won't say what people call those because I don't really care. I mean, cook on what you want to cook on. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Cook outside. And so, I always expect that this girl's going to go up and down like a roller coaster. And, I like roller coasters. I like bacon. I like cooking outside. So I do what I got to do. So as soon as this bell dings, we're going to pull her off, put her in the pan, take her inside, and let her rest. All right, folks, we're back. End of the Canadian Bacon Tour. Started it, well, at this point, it's been 14 days that I started my cure. Threw it on the smoker the other day and came off, rested it. It has been a couple days. So let's take a look at this girl. I got the Blackstone fired up. Significantly different than bacon. Completely different cut. I kind of knew that, but I already did taste it. But I'm going to cook some up for you guys so that you can see what it looks like. I'm going to make some slices. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to cut off a few slices. Let me get this so that you can see it. It really looks like ham. It's a very ham consistency. Directions said cook to 140 if you're going to fry it, which is what we're going to do. So I'm going to cut a few slices here. Get ready to throw it on the grill. Be right back. I got my paper towels. All right. So we have the Blackstone all fired up. I'm going to turn my Foggle off so that it doesn't try to follow me, although I don't know how to. I think I have to give it the peace sign. I don't know. We'll see. But here's the Blackstone. Ready to go. And let's go. Looks very bacon or very hamish. Let me go grab let's get rid of this. Let's switch cameras. Bam, here we go. On the Blackstone, getting ready to cook. Got it turned all the way up. Waiting for that sizzle. I did cook some this morning in a cast iron skillet. And the thing that I did notice, the big difference is there is like a little to no fat in this. So instead of it, frying in the fat, it's very much the opposite. It is just cooking almost like, I mean, if you put some water in there, you could braise it, but that's just, you don't do that. So I'm going to grab a couple tools, and I will be right back. All right, and we're back. Frying up some of the Canadian bacon. Went and got the flippers. This is going to be new and exciting. Trying to manage cooking tools and look through a camera. I'm not YouTube famous for a reason. So, when I was cooking this morning, I'm not going to lie, I was a little disappointed. When I think bacon, I think I'm thinking bacon. I want that crispy texture, the fattiness, and this has very little fat. It's extremely lean. The moisture that you see on that frying pan is not any fat coming out of it. That's all the liquid that's still in the meat from the cure. I do have the Blackstone turned all the way up, and it's going to get brown and crispy, but texture wise it really is more like ham. And I like it, it's good, but it's not bacon. So we're gonna, like I said, get it right over that hot spot. And it looks very much like a pork chop. The texture felt very much like ham. Probably if I sliced it thinner, which is not the easiest thing. It does have very much ham texture. All right. All right. Let's get this off and see what we're dealing with here. Here we go. So, it really is Canadian bacon, though. I will say that. The flavor is pretty nice. I think I would add some more maple syrup. Because bacon and maple go together, in my opinion. It would be great on. It would be excellent on a bagel with an egg and some cheese. It really is not bad. But I still choose bacon. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have bacon coming up next. I think we have 3 more days left of the cure, and then we'll be on to that. So, on that, Smoke Asylum out. See you guys on the next video. Thanks for coming.